Hey finders, and welcome back to Fortune Finds. I thought we could take a walk down memory lane. We could look at all of the little techniques that I did here and there to just up my makeup game. I'm going to be going through the list of techniques, but I'm also going to be putting inserts into this video. Some of them will be from previous videos that I've already uploaded in the year 2020. Some of them will be techniques that I filmed for you guys today, but you're definitely going to see visually each and every technique that I'm talking about in case, you're interested in incorporating some new techniques in your routine. If you are new here and you've never seen my face before, my name is Fortune. I am a certified professional makeup artist, and I just love to create videos here on YouTube to help you guys up your skincare game, up your makeup game, and just teach you guys about products to help you decide whether they're worth your money or not. Watch this video, check out a few other of my videos, and if you like me and the content that I provide here, then make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell. This way you get a notification every time I'm uploading a new video here on my channel. With that being said, we have quite a few techniques to get into, so let's go ahead and hop into the video. For lips today, I am wearing the MAC lip liner in the shade Cork, as well as the MAC lipstick in the shade Among the Fireflies. Okay, my first technique that I definitely did a lot more this year than I've done in previous years is to do my eye makeup first. It just lets me blend more liberally so I can really blend out the crease, blend out any harsh lines. It's really just going to help you blow out that eyeshadow. So if you are someone that is really struggling at blending out your shadow, it just looks a little patchy, it looks a little bit too pigmented, just take your time, do your eyes first, go in with a clean fluffy brush and just blend. Literally, you can blend until your wrist hurts if you do your eyes before you do your face, because you're not trying to stay in the lines. You can go outside of the lines, blend and buff until your fingers hurt. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because once you're done with your eye makeup, you can go in with concealer, or you can go in with a makeup remover wipe to just clean up the eye and lift it up. Another thing that I did a lot this year, which I didn't really notice that I did too often in other years, was I really tried to focus my crease color to the outer third of my eye. So I would always go in with my crease shade on a fluffy brush towards the outer portion of my eye, take off most of the pigment towards the outer third of my eye before moving on into the inner corner of my crease. That always ensured that the majority of my pigmentation went on the outer third of my eye, and then, consequently, there were less shades, less pigment on the inner portion of my eye. And what that did was it really helped, again, to elongate my eye, make it look more feline, and it did also give me the illusion that I had more lid space. This is great for those of you who maybe have eyes that are closer together. It's going to pull the eyes apart and give them a more separated effect. And again, it is going to give that feline effect, which I really love. I learned to apply my eyeliner with my eyes open. And I also learned that my eyeliner does not need to be perfect when my eyes are closed, because quite frankly, I'm not walking around like this. I'm walking around with my eyes open, and no one is going to notice that your eyeliner is jagged in the blink of an eye. Literally, they're not going to notice because they're not going to have enough time. So I always apply my liner with my eyes open. If I did make it straight while my eyes were closed, that kind of rounded out my eyeliner and made it less sharp. If you're applying a cat eye or any kind of eyeliner, always do it with your eye open. I also learned to apply liner thinner across my lid. So from the inner corner to the outer third of my lid, I really learned to draw a very thin line with my eyeliner. What that's going to do is it's going to help prevent the liner from transferring up top. So I have hooded eyes, so my lid space gets covered underneath this fold when I open my eyes. And a lot of the time I would apply a heavy, thick liner to my lid and it would transfer up top and I would kind of get those half moons. But if I kept my liner to a very thin line, it wouldn't get lost underneath my crevices, and it's also going to make me, again, look like I have more lid space. If you're someone that doesn't have a lot of lid space, you really shouldn't be wearing big, thick wings. I mean, you can, there are no rules to makeup, but it's just not a trend that's going to compliment you. People are going to tend to notice your makeup before they notice you if you do a really thick liner when your lids can't hold a thick liner. Something that I taught myself this year, and I don't really know how others view it, but I like it. I think it's fun, and I really think it opens up my eyes more so than your typical inner corner highlight. So I definitely learned to place my inner corner highlight in the hollows of my inner corner. So I kind of place it not in a V like on the outer corner. I kind of push it into my skin in that little hollow right where a lot of us get a lot of darkness. Place my inner corner highlight all in that section where I get that darkness, and it would really help to brighten on my eyes, and it kind of just looked more polished to me. Sometimes when I put inner corner highlight on that V, it kind of just accentuates that V too much, and it looks like I intentionally did it, whereas when I apply my inner corner highlight this way, it doesn't look as intentional. It kind of just looks more natural. Apply my mascara. If you apply it in certain ways, it will look different. So today I'm clearly not wearing a cat eye. I'm not wearing any kind of eyeliner. So I wanted my eyes to look a little bit more rounded, a little bit more dough-like. What I do to achieve this with my lashes is I will go ahead and put a layer of mascara over my lashes, and then I'm going to go ahead and push my lashes towards my inner corner. What that's going to do is it's going to make the lashes more rounded, and it's going to make your eyes look a little bit bigger, a little bit rounder, and again, more doe-eyed. Whenever I wear a cat eye or a winged liner, I do the same kind of thing, coat my lashes, but then instead of pushing them in towards the nose, I pull them out towards the outer corner. This way, they kind of follow that cat eye, so my wings are going along with the liner, and it's just going to give that sultry, sexy, feline elongated eye effect. Something that I did a lot this year, and I'm so happy that I did it, because I think out of all of the techniques that I'm going to touch upon today, this one really changed my makeup game as a whole. Definitely contouring underneath my foundation. Use a cream or a liquid bronzer, a cream or liquid contour, and you go ahead and you sculpt the face before going in with any other makeup. Now, I'm not doing anything different in terms of contour. I'm contouring my face the same. I'm just contouring it underneath my foundation. This looks really natural. I find that I end up using less makeup than if I were to contour over top of my foundation, because once you have that contour on, you don't want to cover up that contour with foundation. So you're not using, foundation all over your face. You're only really using it in select areas, and then using whatever is left on the bristles to then go over your contour. In my opinion, my makeup lasts longer. It looks more natural. It just looks better. Another technique that I did this year was to round out my Cupid's bow, which I did today. I really haven't been doing it the last couple months, but I will say, like, the first half of 2020, I was very much so into it. So instead of following the Cupid's bow and giving you that M at the top, what you do is you take your lip liner and you kind of just draw like a mountain over your lips. You kind of just erase the M and just go over the lip line. It's kind of going to make your lip look juicier and fuller. Not, that we support violence here on my channel, because we don't, but it's kind of going to look like it got punched in the mouth, honestly. It's going to give you that really juicy, plumpy upper lip. Another thing that I was really, really concentrated on this year was brow symmetry. My brows are very distant cousins. I've talked to you guys about this a lot here on my channel, but also my brow bone on my left side is higher than my brow bone on my right side. So this brow naturally sits up higher than this brow. Whether filling in my brows, plucking my brows, anything to do with my brows, I was always trying to make them a little bit more even. If you look at my brows from the beginning of this year to right now, you will notice a really big difference, but I kind of cut off a lot of my brows towards the tail, kind of lifting my brows and giving me a little bit more lid space. This brow is a lot thicker on the tail than this brow, but that's because I really wanted to lift this brow up and try to get it as high as this other brow. My nose is crooked too, so I kind of had to take that into account with my brow symmetry. My nose goes to this side of my face, so this brow naturally looks longer. So what I did was I let this brow grow in closer to my nose than this brow. I took a lot of pictures. I watched a lot of my videos here on my YouTube channel, and I just started to take note as to little tweaks here and there that I could make to help my face look a little bit more symmetric. Also, when I fill in my brows, I always fill in my bad brow first, because this brow I always have to shape. This brow I don't need to shape. I could literally just fill it in 1, 2, 3 because I really like the shape of this brow. And I would look at this brow and try to just mimic this brow on this brow. I really took cleaning up my brows into consideration this year. Definitely something that I didn't do in past years, but I've noticed such a big difference. It not only helps me, again, to get them more symmetric, but it also makes them crisper, cleaner, and just overall better on my face. A little technique that I threw in a lot this year, because if you watched my Best in Beauty 2020 edition where I talked about the best makeup products of 2020, I talked to you guys about not really wanting to spend money on new concealer, how I used a lot of concealers that I wasn't super fond of, and they just didn't give me the coverage that I wanted. So instead of using my go-to Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to go ahead and set my under eyes or anywhere else that I applied concealer, I would instead use a powder foundation. And why I did that was because a powder foundation is going to set your cream products on your face like a translucent setting powder would, but it's going to pack more coverage, pack more pigment, because again, it is a foundation. If you just are having a bad breakout day, use a powder foundation to set your makeup instead of a translucent setting powder, because it's going to take any foundation or any concealer and make it that much more full coverage. The last and probably simplest but really impactful technique that I really used a lot this year, probably every single time I did my makeup, was I always applied mascara and brow gel last. A lot of the time powders will fluff into your brows or onto your lashes, and if you've already put your brow gel down and if you've already applied mascara, that powder is just going to sit on top of that and you will see it in certain lighting. So by going in and applying those two products last, you're going to remove any powders that may have fluffed into your lashes or your brows, just overall making your makeup look a little crisper, cleaner, and more put together. And last but not least, I just wanted to give a little shout out to my top 3 favorite video uploads that I did this year. My number one favorite video that I uploaded this year has got to be my brush breakdown. I have such a passion for makeup brushes. It's like really weird. And I have so many brushes. It's insane. And I really took a lot of time the past few years to learn about brushes. I'm talking about all of the brushes I love, I adore. When I sit down and do my makeup, most times I'll use like 5 to 6 brushes, but there's a ton in front of me. I have face brushes, I have eye brushes, I have brow brushes. Not all of these are expensive, not all of these are affordable. I would say this is a pretty good mix of the two. My second favorite video, which I feel like really shaped my channel this year, has got to be my beauty roundup videos, makeup, beauty, skincare. It's kind of like a relationship. I might try this today on camera and I might absolutely love it. I'm like lust head over heels for it, and then I get to know it, and I'm kind of just like, opinions change, feelings change. Same goes with makeup. So I'm going to be talking about each and every product, what I thought about them initially, what I think about them now, the best ways to use them, the worst ways to use them, and everything in between. I just feel like there's so much product in the beauty world that it can be a little overwhelming. So I really take the time to get to know the things that I use. This way I can help to educate you guys so that you can better decipher whether you can use something in your makeup routine, skincare routine, or not. Lip liner dupes, some of the most beloved lip liners that are pretty expensive, and then showing you a lip liner that looks exactly like the expensive lip liner but costs a fraction of the price. So this is MAC Strip Down, and then that is the NYX Suede lip liner. They're very similar, and they both give the same kind of shadow effect on me. I am just such an advocate for spending less money. I think that a lot of the time we think that because a lip liner is like $30, it's way better than a lip liner that you can find at your local drugstore for $4. Price of a product really doesn't dictate how amazing a product is. It really just takes practice. So if you were trying to get somewhere in your makeup routine, you're trying to be better at something specific, just take your time. I always say, practice before bed, where you can just practice, play a little bit, wash it off your face and no one's going to see it, and just take the time to really critique your makeup routine, but be kind to yourself. I started this YouTube channel, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I have over 200 videos here on my channel, which is crazy. But if you go back and look at the videos that I uploaded 2-3 years ago and then look at the videos that I upload today, I have gotten immensely better at my makeup routine. Skincare routine is so much better. I just feel like I look better than I looked 3 years ago, and that's just because I really took the time to learn about ingredients in terms of skincare, and I also really took the time to just look at my face, look at what I'm working with, and I think that that's the most important thing. You can learn all of the techniques under the sun, but if you don't take the time to really look at your face and appreciate and look at what you are working with, you know, your makeup routine's never going to look great because what might work for someone else won't necessarily work for you. So that is it. Those were my 11 techniques that I incorporated into my beauty routine in 2020. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a big thumbs up. Maybe I will do this at the end of 2021 going into 2022. It's just a really nice reminder that we all have come a long way. This was a really hard year for everyone, but as with every year, we learn things, we grow from things, and I am really grateful and appreciative to have each and every day here on this planet, each and every day to be with my loved ones, and each and every day to improve my makeup, beauty, skincare routines. Make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. I had a wonderful time as always. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you nothing but health and happiness in the new year, and I'm very excited to see what 2021 has in store for us. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, Finders. Mwah.